and thank you guys for listening. This is Michelle Shaman, the Loan Diva with CMG Home Loans. And today I have Scott Tass from Idaho. Hi, Scott.
Hey, Michelle, what's going on? How are you? Happy Friday.
Thank you. Happy Friday to you too. It's going to be like 103 here today in Northern Nevada. What
We've
about
got
you?
106.
You beat me. You beat me. Oh gosh. So, hey, Scott, I wanted everyone to get a chance to meet you because you and I have known each other for a long time. We've done business in California, and now I'm in Nevada and you're in Idaho, and we still do
Exactly.
business.
I'm
So,
excited.
yeah, so I wanted a couple things. I know that you've been dived down and you like analytics and statistics and everything about your area. But before we get into that, I want people to know what I know about you. So tell me a little bit about how you got into real estate and why.
Let's see. I was in the hospitality business. I was a bartender and I did construction. And I've always liked houses. And then I saw these guys come up and they had these nice cars and worked different hours. And I was like, wow, what time do you guys start? They're like, we don't start till like 9 or 10 in the morning. I'm like, wow, I start at like 6 and I work until 10 or 11 at night. I need to do this. I love houses. I love taking care of people. I love making the dream happen of giving people keys when they move into their home. That is like my favorite thing. Also, I love to get them the best deal possible, but I love giving people the keys to their new home and welcoming them into the neighborhood and all that kind of stuff. It's just I like making dreams happen of getting people a new home. I mean, the smile and everything on their face is just it's overwhelming when you do
Yeah.
it.
Don't you love it when it's like fast forward 6 months and they call you and they're like, oh my gosh, we're pregnant. We're going to have our first baby in our new home. Like little things like that are so rewarding.
Yeah, I just got a couple into a home that she was pregnant. We got her in finally when the baby was like 2 months old. And it was like the most exciting thing working with them while she could just barely get around. And then we found a home and went through escrow and she had the baby. And now they're like, this is perfect. They were living at their parents. So
Yeah.
now they have their own home to raise the baby in and everything. It's over what I just love it. I'm so happy for them. And they are like the happiest as can be right now.
That's cool. And then when they have their third baby and they need a bigger house, they're going to be calling you.
We've already been talking about that. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys know in a couple of years we're going to be getting rid of this house and getting you a bigger one when you have more
Yep.
kids.
It'll happen too. I love that over the 20 something years I've been doing business is now I'm working with all my original clients, kids. Isn't that
Yes.
fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Making families, building families and having them in their neighborhoods to where they can meet everybody and watching the kids and growing up with other kids in the neighborhood. I mean, out here in Idaho, everybody has a couple kids. So it's like
Yeah.
every neighborhood, they're all family friendly. The schools are great and all that. So it's just fun watching everybody.
So speaking of Idaho, you and I both escaped from California.
Yeah.
And tell me why you picked Idaho. What about Idaho? Did you like, yep, this is my next landing?
You know what? Idaho, I love it because I am within a day's drive of just about everywhere on the West Coast. I mean, I can get up in the morning and be eating dinner in San Francisco, or it's a cheap round trip flight. I can get to Portland. I can get to Seattle. It's cheap to get to LA, to Vegas, to Salt Lake. But we have the mountains. I can be skiing in the winter in 45 minutes from my house. I can be skiing or snowboarding, or I can drive a mile from my house and I can go fly fishing in the Boise River in the summer.
Oh, wow.
So, and then we have this place, McCall, which is about an hour and a half or 2 hours away, which is like this beautiful valley that has Cascade and McCall and a couple big lakes and ski resorts and golf courses. We call it the mini Tahoe up here.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna
So
have
I
to come
have
out and
all that
visit
stuff.
you.
Yeah, I have all that stuff within 2 hours of me.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have a question. I have been doing a ton of pre-approvals for people from my hometown in Danville, California, and they seem to all be wanting this Eagle, Idaho. Tell me a little bit about Eagle. Eagle and what the other city? Meridian?
Meridian. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, tell me about those two cities because it seems like they're getting this influx of Californians that are like, oh, I found the perfect spot.
So my kind of breakdown for it is that Boise is like Walnut Creek, tons of restaurants, Ruth Chris, and all that. Eagle is the Danville. It has the little small town feeling. It has the farmer's market. It has the one main street. It has, it's a little older. They do like the parade, the 4th of July parade, just like Danville does. They have Eagle Days. They have concerts in the park, and then you get out to your communities and they have waterfront homes out in Legacy and Homestead and places like that, to where you can get the homes just like in Danville, but they're on the lake. And then they have a couple
Oh,
golf
wow.
courses, and it's beautiful, and it's basically everything Danville is, but just here in Idaho. And then you've got Meridian, which has the village, which is more kind of like the Pleasanton, Dublin kind of feel is what I call it. And you've got the village down there that has all kinds of great restaurants, from Yard House to Grimaldi's Pizza to places that have bowling alleys and pool and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So price comparison wise, I know California, because as we both escaped, when you sell your house out there, you're like, whoops, now I got a massive down payment. So if you're heading between those cities, where are the price points in those cities right now?
Boise, you can get stuff from like 350 all the way up to 3 million, depending on what you want or where you want to live. Because like Hyde Park is the north side, and it kind of reminds me of Piedmont and Berkeley. It's tree-lined streets, big older homes. It's north side of Boise. You can walk to downtown. Then you've got Eagle, that has all the new communities and the older golf communities, riverfront communities. And you can get an Eagle from anywhere from right now, I think from 450 up to 2 or 3 million, depending on what you want. But the average price in Eagle right now for something about 2,500 square feet is anywhere from 750 to 900. I just had a house open last weekend that was 2,800 square feet, brand new construction, 4 beds, 3 baths, 3-car garage on a 1/4 acre, and it was 885.
Wow.
Yeah, and this was brand new, 2 years old.
Wow. And right now, I mean, I'm not sure about Eagle. I know in some of the other areas that I work in, the sellers are starting to like help out because they're not getting 20 offers in one day. And I think the market seems to be shifting to me to more of a buyer's market right now, where the buyers can come in and they don't have to pay 100 or 200 or a million over asking. They can actually make an offer and ask for concessions and stuff. What are you seeing out in the Idaho area?
I am seeing the same thing. Buyers are giving seller-backed credits to buy down loans, either for closing costs or to buy down the loan. It's right now, it's a total buyer's market out here, an investor's market. Rent is still high if you're an investor, and there's plenty of things to buy to make money off of renting your place out. The other thing is that we're doing a buy down here from sellers for people to get a lower interest rate, and the prices, you can be more aggressive. I'm writing offers way more aggressive. I'm not going up against 20 offers. Our market time just went from 10 days last year to 15 days this year. But our inventory is up I just wrote it down a second ago. Our inventory is up 150% here right now from this time last year. So anybody coming in that wants something, they're not going to have to worry about competing against a bunch of people, because you're going to go right in. If you want to write under, I just wrote up in McCall 200,000 under on something.
Oh, wow.
And I'm waiting to hear back. And it was listed at 1.5, but we're going to wait and find out and see what happens. But that's what's happening. It's not 100 over. It's writing 25 and 50 under right now.
Wow.
And seeing what happens,
Yeah, I think the perfect thing for the buyers right now is I don't think they have to settle anymore. And if, like you said, if they're able to get a 2 or a 3% concession from the seller, if they use that to buy down their interest rate, depending on which program, they could be starting in the 3s or the 4s right now on a 30-year fix, depending on their So it really makes a difference right now from where we were a year ago. I mean, the people that were on the sidelines and waiting, now is the time for them to get off the sidelines.
Oh yeah. Don't sit on the fence. I mean, why do you want to pay 100% interest if you're a renter and not build your own equity and pay for your landlord's place, or go buy your own?
Right.
And those moving from out of state, our property taxes are way cheaper here.
Ooh, what are they?
Right now you're looking at probably 0.63 in Ada County, and around maybe
California,
maybe about 0.5 in Canyon County, which is the next county over.
That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I mean, if you like like my neighborhood where I live in like Northwest Boise, almost Eagle. I can walk a quarter mile up my street and there's a guy that has 3 acres with horses in the middle of town.
Oh, that's
You know,
cool.
where do you find that? And it's tree-lined streets and everything. So
I love
it's
it.
one of the attractions of me coming here is that. Plus the fact is, I hate to say it, low crime. My car got broken into twice in Danville, and that was one of the reasons why I left. And
Yeah.
Danville is a nice community. I couldn't deal with that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Everybody that I had a cousin and a cousin-in-law just move out there, and
Yeah.
both of them are like, if you come out here, you're gonna move out here. It's like, it's beautiful. It's like Danville was like 35, 45 years ago.
Yep,
So,
it is. It is.
yeah,
And downtown, I mean, downtown Eagle has like some cool little restaurants, good Italian food, good sushis, a couple little bars. It has a little bar that reminds me of Elliot's too, actually, which is
oh,
kind of
cute.
cool. And everybody's just really nice here. Everybody communicates, you know, everybody walks with their head up. It's like there's one thing that tripped me out when I come here because people are driving, then you get the Boise wave. Everybody waves at everybody when they drive
That's
past each other. And I was kind of like, at first I was a little shocked, but then I'm like, no, it's like, it's just everybody's friendly out here.
Yeah, that's nice. So Scott, I trust you, and I would love for people to be able to reach out to you. What is the best way for them to get a hold of you?
Well, you can either get a hold of me at my phone number, which is 208-570-0106, or Scott at homesinboise.com, which is the website we have, and that goes directly to my email.
I love it. So Scott, let's do some more deals together, and hopefully we can have some more happy homeowners that you get to hang the key to.
Exactly. And I can't wait because we used to do deals in California. Now I want to do deals between Nevada and Idaho with you and bring our California people out here. I do
Yeah.
have a couple of friends coming out here that own a restaurant in Danville that everybody knows, and I'm not going to mention his name, but he's coming out here in the next week or two. We
Ooh,
also have
I
the
think I
state
know who
fair
you're
coming
talking
up
about.
that has a couple that has great concerts, you know, all of our concert venues and everything. Plus the fact is no mask mandates here, not at all. So
Nice. All right. Well, thank you for being on today. I super appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. I know right now realtors are super busy getting everything ready for this season. But thank you. And thank you for the update on the market. And buyers, get out there and get your house now.
exactly. Quit waiting. Don't get off the fence. Come out and enjoy it. You'll love it. Thanks, Michelle. And
Thank
thank you, everybody. Get a hold of me once again, Scott at homesinboise.com.